In this video, I would like to share some tips as well as best practices before attending a job interview. Job interviews can be nerve-wracking for a lot of people, especially for first-timers. But this is also a good opportunity for you to assess yourself, your qualifications, as well as your motivations. First is to review the job description. The job description serves as your guide to have a better understanding of the overall responsibilities, expectations, qualities, and the background that the hiring manager is looking for in a profile. It can also be your reference to assess whether you are a potential fit for the role. You can also use the job description to foresee the possible questions that might come up during the interview. Second is to conduct due diligence on the company. Whether you apply to them or they reach out to you for the opportunity, it will be very helpful in your preparation if you have enough understanding about the company's background, their mission and vision, their culture, their products and services, their market share, the different profiles within the organization, even how the company is being perceived. Here are recommended sites where you can do research about the company. First on the list and the most common is the company website. This is the most reliable source to know about the company. All information about them is available and can be seen in the company website. Next is LinkedIn. You can use this platform to check on profiles currently working in the organization, even those who worked previously in the organization. You can also look up for the hiring manager's profile for reference. Through LinkedIn, you can somewhat have an idea of the company's source mix, the tenure, as well as the profile's background. Third on my list is Indeed. There are some forums on Indeed that talks about the company's culture and values. But keep in mind that the comments available is not the absolute reflection of who they truly are, since they are merely opinions of former as well as current employees for the most part. Just select those that can be helpful and relevant for your interview. And lastly, Google search. Just type in the company's name and various results will appear, and you may find some helpful articles, both good and bad. Third on my list is to anticipate common interview questions. Well, it is possible. Here are some ways on how to prepare for it. First is to refer to the job description. There is a big chance that the questions will revolve around your qualifications against the job description. That being said, you can try to formulate possible questions and practice on how you will approach your answers. You can also try crowdsourcing by asking people from your network who are recruiters or HR professionals that can potentially help you prepare for the interview. Better if you can find people whom you personally know who is working in the company you are applying for and ask for tips as well as suggestions. Next is to research online. There are some articles online who provide sample questions that can be helpful in your preparation. Last but not the least is to never memorize. This is one of the reasons why people stutter during interviews. Also, when you memorize, your approach will not sound natural. Just get the idea and elaborate from there. Fourth on my list is by doing role-playing or mock interviews. This mostly applies to first-timers or fresh graduates. Also, this will be helpful for those seasoned professionals who have not been interviewed for a very long time. First approach is to record yourself. Prepare the questions and record yourself while answering. From this approach, you can review your antics, gestures, and even your manner of speaking. You can also practice with another person by asking a friend or a family member to perform the mock interview. Then, get their feedback afterwards. Either way, it will help boost your confidence. Number 5. Prepare your questions. Remember that interviews should be an interaction between two parties. As the interviewee, you do not just answer questions from the interviewer, rather, it is your responsibility to also ask, inquire, and seek for clarifications. Usually, your opportunity to ask question is towards the end of the conversation, when the interviewer has covered all the items that he needed to know from you. Keep in mind that asking questions during an interview is a sign of interest in the company and the role, especially if you are asking the right and relevant questions. Hence, preparing it ahead of time is going to be helpful. And before I end this session, I wish that you land your dream job. Good luck on your interview.